So we were here before. Um, Sorry for my voice, but I'm combating a fever right now. So Tekken 8, round 3 of the beta. This is the second network test, second beta that I've been on for what I know, and I was really excited for this one. Though I have to say the beta last time, at least on the first few days, was great. As soon as it reached over the crossplay, I think I had a lot of trouble. And I think that's probably also something I'm going to need to um, maybe change tomorrow is switching off the crossplay to see if that's going to help and stick to one with PlayStation 5 players. Now what you're looking at is um, the special style integration into the game. Basically, it's like a Smash Brothers version of gameplay. You know, keeping people on the game for longer, inviting people to play a game from a different style, the special style, instead of the Smash style. Or the modern style, as Street Fighter calls it. Street Fighter's been implementing this style that's gotten people um, who don't really play the game often. It kept them on for a little bit longer. You know, all the moves that you like, you can keep on doing through special style. You can change the kind of moves that you're doing, and like you can. I'm not sure if there's presets or anything, but it feels like that. It feels like your moves are kind of set to certain buttons, and your combos will come out depending on what direction you're pressing and how many times you're pressing on the button. I'm not going to do all this, but yeah, like basically you have everything from your normal combos to your special moves to your heat heat moves and heat smashes and all that stuff. Rage arts, all that stuff can be done. This time, rage arts seems to be doable with a single button. I don't remember having rage art available, and if I did, I must have skipped it, but it didn't seem available here from the controller setup. I've never done the rage art in my last fights for for the closed network beta. So volume is a bit separate here. I don't remember it being separate, but it's a lot more defined. It seems to be a lot more control, and this list seems to be a little bit more improved. As you can see, Rage Art is available as a button. I usually put it on R3. So Rage Art is coming from Tekken 7. If it came from Tekken 6, I wouldn't care too much. I wouldn't care too much to know if I remember that or not, but I do know it was used a lot in Tekken 7. Yeah, so I set my controls up. This time I try not to use like the multiples, like anything 3 buttons and over. I try to press those on by myself. Like I try to do all that on my own. But for the diagonal presses, I will set those. I will set controls for those. I used to set my auto grabs, whatever the characters that I mostly use for auto grab. So if they use the LP, okay, definitely those get set to the trigger buttons. Avatar camera is new. So avatar camera settings mainly deal with the lobby settings when you go in. I'm not big on the battle hub on Street Fighter 6, by the way, so I don't know if I'll be too into the, the arcade scene on here. But I do go to battle hub at least once, most, if I play less than 20 games of Street Fighter 6 on a particular day. I will go to battle hub. I will hang out for a little while. I'll run in a circle. If there's an arcade game that's good to play, I'll play it. If there's an open cabinet, I'll jump on it. But Street Fighter 6 plays so good now. So the avatar customization is crazy because it looks like these companies are going for meta lobbies, and it's like the economical way to keeping people close, getting people into the arcade scene that we used to have back when we were actually going out to arcades. And when I say us going to arcades, I mean the people in Japan. Because arcades are not like what they used to be back in the 80s or the 90s. Those were fun. But we haven't had a lot of those in a while. We do have old school arcades like Penny Arcade and stuff out in Richardson, Texas. I'm sure other people have arcades just like that. Now, one thing I noticed that I got to avatar customization, now to get back on track here, is just like in Street Fighter 6, there seems to be a push in having our avatar characters, like they make them black. I noticed that they make them black, like on Street Fighter 6. The character's a black male, muscle tone. Here it's a goofy looking black girl with seems like purple hair. To me, it's a little strange that Capcom and Namco will go for this. They're just normalizing black skin, I guess. I don't know if this is to sort of thwart off racism or something, or you know, just imagine somebody like some white guy saying, I don't want to play this game because they showed a black character, a black as main character. I don't want to be a black. You know, they go through all the hairs and stuff. Who do you think this look like? This look like that Trevor guy, right? I mean, for me, I think here's a solution, guys. Let's not think that this is normalizing black people as human. Let's not do this. Instead, let's come up with a wireframe character first. You know, come up with a wireframe character and start with the skin tone. Let us select our skin tones after that. You know, the skin tones will go over the wireframe. Actually, you should be choosing a gender first. There's 3 genders. There are, for video games, there should be 3 genders in the fantasy world. Okay, there's male, female, and whatever that non-gender person is, whatever you want to call it. There's so many different names. Androgynous might be one, so you can call it like andro or andra. So andra would be like a feminine-like body without the stuff that women have, but it looks like kind of like a girl. And then the andro will be like sort of boxed like man-like kind of. You know, our figures are actually quite different, but they can be similar. And you can go for a more feminine male or a more masculine female type look. So you still have them in the middle. So I guess you can do like a male, female, and an andra. It doesn't have to have a, you know, make those people happy. Make the people happy. You know, but don't start off with a black skinned person. Don't think that's gonna do anything. As a black person speaking, I mean, it's not gonna really do anything here. They're just making white people mad because they gotta switch their skin colors up, and black people just feel like, okay, now y'all finally doing this for us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have did that back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have put us on the cover of those games in the 90s. Let's get this out of the way. So one thing I like to do is I like to go for my long white hair. I was thinking I would go for, and as you saw before, I was trying to go for the fade and stuff. I was thinking about it, but this is my character, Scariot, who will always have or always grow with this kind of silver hair thing, silver eyes. I forgot to change the eyebrows back to black though. I'm not gonna switch it back to black. White shirt, blue pants. I like that little watch. I would have did the little Apple Watch. Now Apple Watch is a thing, but long ago when I was in high school, like maybe 20-25 years before the Apple Watch was ever a thing, I thought of a watch that can at least detect your temperature and serve as a telephone. Those are the two things that I thought, like having a body temperature thing and a telephone messenger, like a pager service basically. So it's like more like a watch pager. So I'm setting my character up. He has the black shoes, and now I'm connecting the server. So I set my Chio to the Japanese server. It looks like I've got recommended there. Try to choose as fast a server that I possibly could. And now I'm in the fight lounge. This fight lounge looks pretty cool. I would say that it is definitely Tekken thing. It looks like what you would see in a Japanese pachinko. This match anywhere thing means you can fight against people immediately, or you can like warm up while you're waiting for a match, and anyone on, well, with priority, anyone on this server can battle you. And of course if there's no one else matching from anywhere here, then you get to match up against people from the same server across different lobbies. But they will always go with the current lobby priorities. That's something that we all don't actually know, because they do this with Street Fighter. If you're like the only one in the lobby, I've tried this before. I was the only one in the lobby one time waiting for a game, and I managed to match up with some random person who was looking for a quick match outside of the lobby. It only makes sense. So we have all our meta stuff. It looks like we're kind of doing sorry for the coughing. Looks like we're going for the Fortnite / meta lobby type of thing. You know, it's crazy because we had PlayStation Home do all this stuff, and when I saw it, like, I played it before. I had the accounts and everything, which I got banned off of one time. Actually, only got banned from using the keyboard because I said cockroaches one time, and got reported for saying cockroaches, and I don't know, I guess it counted as pure racism or something. I was like, man, there's a lot of cockroaches in here, and then next thing I know, I can't type anymore. And I didn't even have a PlayStation. I was just using my friend's PlayStation 3. He didn't get banned though, so I'm glad. But I got an email saying that I can't say cockroaches. I need to find that email. So yeah, this is also a bit like the DC Universe. I played 30 minutes of that and deleted that from my console, my Xbox back in the day. So it is noisy up in here, But the reason why it is noisy is because that's how Japanese arcades are. They are very, very noisy no matter which ones you go to. The volumes are at a maximum. You can't talk to anybody with like a low voice, like the kind of voice I'm using. Definitely you won't get heard. I don't want to fight a person in my first battle, so I'm going for the ghost. I just wanted to try this out. Now here's a problem. Loading seems to take a long time. For a PS5, it's taking quite a bit to load up. I hope that this will be fixed in the finished version. I think the character should already be loaded up when you move. Like it should be up by, let's see, let's go click character, next character one. Let's see. It's that one. That's good. Couple 2, 3, 4. It was about 4 seconds. 2, 3. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. About 3 seconds. It takes too long. If anything, they don't need to show the character right before you select them. Just if it's going to take that long to load up, just let us select the character first and then have that character load up. It might speed up the time.
Get ready for the next battle.
Starting a match seems, or starting the warm up is pretty fast. This is a ghost battle, so basically, I would say that, or I would hope that the matches load up quicker than this. I need to double check again, which I'm doing as I'm going back on this. So, yeah, I'm getting beat by ghosts very easily. This is because nothing I do is working when I need it to work. The controller is, nothing wrong with the controller, but the network seems to be very slow. I noticed that the lobbies seemed a bit slow. I'm running everything at the highest frame rate that I possibly can on the biggest screen I've ever played on ever in my life. The screen is bigger than anything, and like it's not bigger than the movie theater screen, but in terms of a personal TV screen, this is the biggest screen I've ever played on. It's a 4K. It goes up to, I wouldn't say it goes up to 8, but maybe. I have 8K cords. Of course, go to 8K to 240 frames per second for certain resolutions. 4K, sorry, it does 60. So I have to think ahead when I'm doing these combos. One, the game is moving in slow motion. You can see that when the characters talk as the game started up, and you'll see it again soon. The dubbing is a bit off. I mean, everything is about a half a second or a third of the speed. And I have no problems playing Street Fighter 6. I had no problems playing Tekken 7 or the previous version of the network test up until its last day, Sunday. That's when things kind of went weird. Got that perfect too. So the ghosts, what's interesting about ghost battles is you play against a person who characters they play just like, or they implement a part of the AI too to emulate the characters like movement. So whatever you're most likely to do from your last battles, you will fight a ghost version of that version, and you will win money. You will win enough money, like for fight money, you can go back and buy that little watchlet. Yeah, so it looks fast on here, but the game moves slow. It's a bit choppy. Too choppy for me to get too invested into this. Like, I feel like if the game moved fast enough, for one, and keep in mind that you don't retain anything from your previous closed beta. Um, you don't retain any like titles or anything like that. So it's almost as if there's no, with no guarantee now, being that you'll save anything for the release in the next 2 months. I don't know if it's wise to invest too much into this, but it is good to see that there are some things here. Now I'm trying that battle from anywhere mode to see if maybe that will help me speed up things. Like, I was a little put off by the ghost battle. So the ghost battle was quite laggy because I was facing a computer, and I don't think I should be lagging against a ghost. So I'm gonna be playing against a computer. There you go. It was a bit laggy. It doesn't seem so laggy when you hear or see it from here, as far as the punches and stuff go, because that's all slow motion. Now, it's not that the sounds when they fight are off, it's the voices, and I want to see if you'll be able to see that later. Yeah, so I'm playing against the computer to determine my rank, and for there to be like a really high rank given to you from the start, you have to perform like crazy link combos. You have to also parry that, because the computer was not going to attack you unless you made it this far. Yeah, the battle part's in slow motion, but it's the cinematic speech which is delayed a little bit. Boom. Square in the private parts. Now, didn't see the part where they speak, and they didn't do this again later. That's the problem, but I was thrown off by the final battle. Now, this beach area, you can play the Tekken Ball game. They're bringing Tekken Ball from Tekken 3. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing they're going to bring Tekken Bowling in here one day, and that will be pretty freaking good. I'm going to like that. I never got a chance to play Tekken Bowling on the previous Tekken 7 game, but I played it in all the previous versions. I'll have to take a tag when you go back. But I wasn't gonna pay like all that money for Tekken Bowling. It's just something I felt like that should have been in the game. Tekken Ball. Yeah, that's the beach ball game. It's when you knock the ball, use your character to punch the ball back. That game was so fun. So what I'm doing here is I'm going back to check some servers, looking at the lounges here. I'm pretty sure they're all pretty much the same. There's no difference between what the lounges look like wherever you go, which I think will be cool. Will be fine if each of them had their own sort of look to it. It doesn't have to be culturally attached, but they can have their own looks to it. but I'm still having trouble with the speed of the game. I was thinking there should be fluid movements in the lobby. It might just be too crowded. I was looking at some tutorials about connecting the servers or something here. They talked about how the PC players are different from the others, and they're the ones who have like status bars for not just their network, but their performance as well. I'm looking at this next character to go up against, this next ghost character. So far I've done 2 ghost characters. Now this one is being my second ghost character. I'm checking to see if my server has anything to do with it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Let's check the dubbing.
La mezcla de Azucena es genial. ¿Tú también lo crees, no?
Yeah, see, there you go. So the dubbing is lagged, and everything here is going to be in slow motion. The fight is not lagged, but it is in slow motion. So the computer will move as it always does. The computer's not going to have any problem, but I mean, if you can react to the computer after slow motion stuff, you know, as it occurs, you could probably change things up, which I'm not doing too well in because I don't know Azucena, and she just does like low kicks and stuff to stop me, which is something I should be doing, so I'm gonna go for that. Keep in mind, this is not ideal or optimal gameplay here by me. This is just testing the movements, and the network, it is so lagged. Like, I wouldn't say, I mean, not lagged, sorry. The dubbing and all that is lagged. The selections in the lobby is slightly lagged. Here it's all slow motion. Anything where you're inputting your attacks, that's slow motion. It's just moving slow. Because you are dealing with the computer. So far I've dealt with 3 slow computers. Music gets faster in this game. Can't let this keep going. I just wish that this game could play more. I would be playing it a lot more right now. But 45,000 is about the amount of money you win when you beat their ghost. Playing against someone's ghost is a good way to know, like, how people play. Again, the AI chooses moves that the player normally does in certain circumstances. So I think the ghost thing is good. I'm just looking through profiles now, seeing how this works. You won't be able to see the PlayStation accounts as they pop up, not on this recording, but because I am using the PlayStation videos, and I'm just backtracking here. They have a fashion shop. This is like Pokemon. So, you know, Pokemon has this sort of thing. Very similar. They have their meadows, very similar. Once you get online, you should be able to see people running around certain versions. I think Sword and Shield had that, but it's gonna have to get like this one day. And Pokemon creates all the continents. We need to bring the whole games together. Yeah, so one thing that you can't do here, like in Street Fighter 6, is you can't spectate lobbies. I mean, you can't spectate between players who are playing at the cabinets. I'm wondering if this is going to be a thing at some point, but and let's just come over here and sit down at the bar real quick. My thing was trying to figure out how to turn off the chat box. And there is a button to do it. I totally forgot which one, but there is a button to do it. I think it could be, what was it? I think it was like the L3 button or something like that. Like press down on the joystick. R3 was the Switch ID. But yeah, so as I was saying, you can't watch or spectate games in the lobbies yet. I don't think that's necessary anyway. Most people are going to want to play the game at this point. By the way, this is me waiting for a game, an actual game. It's not me playing against any computer, but I'm on quick match right now. I didn't show myself leave the lobby or anything. I know it was a sudden jump, but like I said, these are some recordings from the PlayStation. I went into quick match, and as you can see, I'm connected to the PlayStation Network, or what is known as the PlayStation Network with the Tekken 7 secondary, because I'm using the server basically. I'm not sure if they share the servers, but my connection bar is at 5. We have great connections, and everybody's just declining me. I don't know or think they can see I have a bad network. Maybe I'm in yellow on their side, maybe blue, but this one accepted. I thought, like, okay, I'm not in the lobbies now. Let's have a match here. And this guy happened to be a June. And so yep, there's a bit of a lag in the dub. But this match gets pretty crazy. I'm going to turn off my mic and let you guys finish watching.
Round 2. Fight!
So based on the guy's skill level, he did quite nice, but I felt like he wasn't going to come back from that right there. He's not going to rematch me, that's for sure, because it was slow motion. And that's what I mean. He's not ready to fight another fight. So my overall opinion of our Tekken 8 game is I'm a little disappointed in the sluggishness, I guess you can say. The network is being slow. The lobbies are slow. It doesn't play like a game that's made for 60 frames per second. It does have the whole Unreal Engine 5. There's been claims from people who said they turned their graphics engine down, and they even with an overclocked computer, they turned as much as they could down. Some claims like this on Reddit. You could just Google Tekken 8 sluggish, internet or slow, and you'll find tons of hits on Reddit. So I don't really need to like screenshot or introduce any sources here. This is for Friday and Saturday. This game should be running up until sort of Monday, I guess, and Sunday is technically the last day I get to play the game. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that there's going to be, it's not going to be as full. Maybe there is a second round next weekend or whatever. And perhaps there is going to be a maintenance, I think, at one point, or it may have already gone by. I think Saturday, around 2 or 4 p.m. or something like that. That was supposed to be a maintenance, so that server maintenance probably already went by. It just, some of those comments were made like 72 to 22 hours before I stopped playing this game, which was around 10 p.m. Sorry for my cough, but yeah, I was hoping to have a game that I could, that would keep me up and distract me from this like allergy or sinus infection I'm having and everything. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more promise to this game. Tekken is the only fighting game that I ever really played the story modes for in all completion. I wish I could say that for games like Street Fighter and Halo, but I stopped playing the story mode for Street Fighter back in Street Fighter 5. It just got too complicated. Playing every single character and having to dig out every story. Tekken 8 has a big long roster. Previous Tekkens at least do, and I know Tekken 8 will eventually have that big roster, but they had a story mode that you play with one or multiple characters that they give to you, and you got to play with them, and I think that's cool, but yeah, these stories are getting longer. That's why the games are getting more expensive too. And I'm going to buy Tekken 8 for sure. I have every Tekken game. I've owned every Tekken game, so I'm gonna get it. But let this serve as caution that for Namco, that the game doesn't run as good as it did last time, and it only ran good for 2 days last time. So hopefully they'll fix it, and we can all get to some Tekken. I think the Tekken has pretty strong community, the fighting game community as a whole, as they call it, FGC. Street Fighter 6 has a nice, bright future, but it's slow in content. Tekken 8, I think they're going to be bringing it on just like they usually do. They remind us that they don't forget about us, and that's what I'm hoping here. Thank you for watching my really long video, and peace out. I'm going to get some rest. See ya.